What's up, everybody? Caleb from thebookflipper.com here, and I want to take you with me on a book adventure. So my business partner Matthew and I got an interesting email a little bit ago. A guy named Nathan said that his father had passed away. He was an avid book collector and had accumulated nearly 100,000 books. And a lot of people say 100,000 books, and it doesn't actually mean that many. This is, and we got the video evidence to prove it. So we documented a trip. We went to Springfield, Missouri last week. Matthew and I actually drove overnight. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, but we did consume a high quantity of coffee and energy drinks. Drove there. We had a friend there. We were able to crash at their place. Thanks for the hospitality. You know who you are. And that kept costs very inexpensive. So we're actually going to share the numbers at the end of this video. I'm a big believer in sharing the numbers, showing you what's possible in this business. And we kind of did an interesting thing. I'll explain more at the ends, but we did a consignment deal. So Nathan says, hey, there's a ton of collectible stuff here. We want to keep it in the family. We want to keep this. It's very important just so the family remembers their father. We said, that's great. We don't do a lot of collectible stuff anyway on Amazon. So we were going to help him identify collectibles, set those aside. We were going to be his Amazon outlet. He didn't want to figure it out. He's not an Amazon seller. He didn't have the time or the manpower to go through it. So we came in, Matthew and I, we did a consignment deal. We do a lot of consignment deals. It's great. Instead of paying cash up front, trying to come up with the valuation, we say, look, we'll sell it for you. In this case, we were taking 70% of net profits back for us. We'll pay him 30% net profits, basically Amazon sales minus all related expenses. We wouldn't charge back for any of our travel expenses, and I'll share all the numbers with you again at the ends. But without further ado, come check out this adventure. We're going to be viewing most of it from my business partner Matthew's perspective. And again, we're going to be wearing masks. It's very dusty. It was a cool situation, and a lot of these are out there. So if you guys see bookstores going out of business, don't hesitate to reach out, try and find the owner, see if this might be an option as well, and we'll show you exactly how we did it.
What's going on, everyone? Matthew Osborne here. We are in Springfield, Missouri, and we are going through 100,000 books right now. Show you guys what 100,000 books looks like. You never quite know what you expect until you get here. So we're in, as you guys can see, this like storage area, and we got a warehouse right in here that we're doing everything in. Let's go see what's going on in here. So as you can see, just looking around this room, this is what close to, if not over 100,000 books looks like in boxes. And then sure enough, over here in the corner,
what's up, guys?
We've got the one and only Caleb Roth, the book flipper.
I'm undercover. You can't tell who I am. There's a lot of dust.
Looks like he's in a meth lab right here.
This stuff will meth you up.
Hey, what's up, guys? Who we got over here?
Hey, I'm Scott. I'm just helping out for the day. Good to see everybody.
He didn't know what he was getting into.
No, this is ridiculous.
He thought he would have fun.
He's gonna quit early.
So what we're doing right here is we've got a couple different piles. We've got our Amazon books over here that are going straight to Amazon. We've got some wholesale books in the corner here and some more wholesale books over here. And then the person that owns all these books wanted us to take out the ones that looked valuable because his dad owned all of these, collected them. So a lot of these might have some collector's value to them. So we're taking out the ones we think might have some extra value and replacing them right here for him to go through and look up on like Abe books and stuff like that. And we found, what's the most expensive one he's found so far?
Well, he's looking at Abe book values. We got a little Rothschild action.
Yeah.
That's my great
Abe books isn't always the best way to find the value of books, but some of the ones he's looked at on there have been 500 up to like 1,200 or more. We'll see what they actually are able to get for them, but let me walk you around the rest of this building right here so you guys can kind of try and grasp what we're looking at here. Let me raise it up here so you can see this. There are books upon books upon books, and there's spiders upon spiders upon spiders.
Stacks on stacks.
And I do not like spiders. That's saying something. There's a lot of spiders in here. But anywhere you look, there's boxes of books. We don't quite know what's in the center over here. We're going to dig down and see, but so far, we've actually got a pretty good accept rate up to this point. So we'll fill you guys back in after we get a little deeper and let you guys know what we find. Alrighty, so we just finished up day one of
It's in the books.
the 100,000 book challenge, right?
That's the next iteration. Forget 100 books.
I know. So day one was super easy, right? Exactly what you thought.
If you call terrible working conditions with lots of dust, spiders, and no sleep, yeah, I mean, just a normal day for a book flipper, really.
So something I didn't tell you guys in the first one, depending how I edit this, is that we started our journey last night at 8 p.m., right? 8 p.m. from Denver, and we arrived in Springfield, Missouri at 7 a.m. Went straight to breakfast with the gentleman that got us this deal, and then went straight to doing books right after that, right?
I don't know if I'd call it a deal.
It's something. And right now it's like 4 p.m. So yeah, we've been pulling almost a 48 hour.
Yeah, we're ready to go.
Yeah. But yeah,
Shout out Tim Ferriss, Andrew Warner, great podcasts. Kept me
Caleb
awake
up in the middle
while
of the night.
Matthew was sleeping during the graveyard shift.
Yeah, gotta take turns, stay awake.
Yep.
So how many books do you think we scanned today?
You know, I don't know. A lot of books didn't have barcodes, so we were doing some type-ins.
There's a lot of old books.
A lot
as you can
of
imagine,
old books.
with 100,000 books from an older collector, there's gonna be a lot of older books.
Just under 1,500.
So 1,500 year books, so probably 2,000 together.
Yeah.
Ish.
We handled a lot more than that because a lot of it was super old, like pre-ISBN, and
yeah, we handled way more than we scanned.
they were looking it up on 8books and some other websites just to kind of see what the collectible values were. It looks like they're keeping a lot of the... So it was a gentleman that passed away, had his whole collection. He was going to start a bookstore, or he was kind of a hoarder, but he had a great eye. So there's a lot of really valuable stuff in there, which is a good challenge for us because as book flippers, we're used to hitting stuff with a barcode. Kind of joke that we're scanner monkeys, that's all we're doing. And
yeah, it's different trying to look for value other than on Amazon.
you have to go with your spidey sense.
We got some right though. We got some decent ones.
We got some pretty good ones.
Yeah.
They're going to keep most of it in the family. They're not really looking to sell. There's a lot of first editions. There was a Princess Bride first edition that'll probably fetch. Is in pretty bad shape, but probably $400 to $800. They had a couple books valued over $1,000. I don't know if they'll actually sell for that, but
yeah.
A lot of first editions, a lot of classic works.
So the interesting thing was, even though so many old books we handled more than we actually scanned, our accept rate was pretty good overall.
I had 14% there.
He had 14%. On my phone it was 20%. And so accept rate wasn't bad. The thing is though, is that we're 90% sure we got the best books already.
Yeah.
And the whole rest of the warehouse, the majority of the books, we're pretty sure are not ISBN books and will probably not have much value.
But we have 4 storage units outside of this that we can look at. So
we do.
Fingers crossed, maybe there's some really good stuff yet. There's a bunch of vinyl records, and we're gonna look through that, see if we can't pull some value out of there, and we're gonna get creative. So that's kind of the name of the game. Not everything goes according to plan. It seems like these big bulk purchases are super good or super bad. I think this one's actually in the middle. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not amazing. It's not terrible, and we'll see what we can turn it into.
We probably pulled out 350 books for Amazon-ish, 300.
Yeah, we had a lot of books that maybe Stock Triggers wouldn't have accepted, or we've got just on the outside. So we probably have 250 to 300 set aside, and yeah, we'll see how we land from there.
Yeah. So we'll update you tomorrow and see what we kind of end with. So that is the update for day one. Alright guys, it is day 2. It is, I think 4 o'clock, close to 4 o'clock now, 4 p.m. We've been going through these books all day long. You guys saw what it looked like yesterday. Let me show you what it looks like today. So if we look here, all of these books right here are ones that we've gone through and pulled out the barcodes already. Let me show you this. All of those books, we've opened the boxes, taken out the barcodes, put them back. The collector's gonna try and go through here later and find the collectible ones. But we could not have done it without all the awesome help we've gotten from the group. We've got Scott right here and Christy. And what name do you want me to give you? A Gypsy. Gypsy right here, and we've got Brandon over here who's helping us out. And these are the ones we have left that we have not sorted through yet. But that giant pile are ones we have. And then over here in the corner, we've got the book flipper himself. Still going through, scanning right here. Amazon stack still over there.
I'm trash
where it was
talking Avery
yesterday.
currently.
Yeah, and then
Don't
you gotta
mind me.
trash talk Avery in the middle of it, otherwise it's not a real day.
He said if you follow Caleb, you'll overpay for your scanner.
If you follow Caleb, you overpay for your scanners.
One and done, baby. They'll last forever.
Hey, it could be overpaying. But I'm happy with all the progress that we've made today getting through all of these books. So after we're all done, I'll update you guys and let you know how long it took to get through the 100,000 books that are here. What's going on, everyone?
Welcome to day 3. We're here still in Springfield, Missouri, or Missouri as the locals say. We went to Lambert's Cafe, home of the Throwed Rolls, enjoyed some great country cooking. It was wonderful. So we want to walk you through a little bit of what we've done. We had some awesome helpers in the Springfield area. So to those of you who came out, I'm going to miss a lot of names, but Gypsy, Christy, Scott, Brandon, Aaron. I think that's it.
Oh, 5.
You 5 were awesome. They helped us get through. We'll show
All
you here.
of this. Look at
All of this. You can't even do it justice. I mean, these are 6 foot tall piles of boxes.
So like, I'm 6 foot tall right here. You can see the piles, the whole
and it
room,
goes all the way back.
all filled with this. And then of course you got to put the duds you scan somewhere. So we've got these stacked up here on the
A
wall.
whole bunch of duds.
Yeah, hard to grasp how many books this is.
And we talk about this a lot, but when you're scanning books, it's not about how many books you find, it's how quickly you go through the duds. And so
Definitely.
this is very common. We actually took 13% of the books that had barcodes, which is a really good hit rate. The downside is so few books had barcodes, so we were doing type-ins. There was a lot of really old books here. There's probably over 100 grand worth of like collectible
here's the
first editions.
collectibles.
And they're keeping those in the
Over
family,
here.
so unfortunately it's not something we can help sell. But that's okay. You know, we're trying to
Comic
provide
books.
value where we can.
All over the place.
So what we did again is it's not about how many books you find, which we'll show you what we did in a minute. It's about how quickly you get through the duds. So here's our pile of good ones. We've already listed a few. There's some down here as well that are good.
These are all Amazon books right here, and then
Pretty much sitting here on the table.
over here, starting right here, these are Amazon books too. And then there's something special here. So normally you come in here, scan, and you take away the books you're seeing right here. But there's something else that we did. You want to talk them through what that
Yeah,
is?
so here is just a very small stack of this, and we'll show you what's in the back. We've been partnering up with Sell Back Your Book. This was kind of a beta test here this week, and it's been great. So what they do is they're a buyback company, one of the largest. You'll see them on BookScouter on a lot of the listings. And we've met their sales director, Bill. He's been out helping with Turn the Page, sponsoring it, buying us drinks, donuts, coffee, taking really good care of us. So thanks, Bill. But what we've done is they kind of set up a program primarily for bulk sellers. So if you have a bunch of books like this, they have outlets. I don't know exactly where they're doing it, probably off Amazon, maybe eBay, maybe other countries. They have some sort of secret sauce. But they're taking books, so really long tail stuff that maybe Amazon sellers don't want to deal with, as well as some really short tail stuff. And you know, these books have no value on Amazon, or maybe 50 cents on Amazon after all the fees, and they're going to offer us typically around 20 cents a book. Some are a little higher, some are a little lower. But in general, there's a way to monetize. And I'll show you, this doesn't look impressive, but we're probably looking at, I don't know, 400, 500, 600 books here. We'll give you some final numbers when we're done. But Sell Back Your Book was able to take a
And
lot
it's
of
not
books.
just these right here. So these are the stack we have here. Let's go back and look at other ones we have in the back.
They were able to help take a lot of books that we were literally going to leave behind and have to pay to get recycled or find somebody locally to take them. And so we've got the small pile you saw here, as well as probably 20 boxes of books already sitting here, already packed up, ready to go. We're going to build a pallet for them. So they're going to pay for shipping. They're going to pay us, like I said, maybe 20 cents a book. There's probably 25 books here. So every box is $5. So we'll probably net 120 bucks for sending in a pallet. Now, it wasn't any extra work. We literally did a one-scan solution. It's going to be actually integrated with Scout IQ in the very near future.
Yes.
We're super excited to roll that
Coming
out.
soon.
Basically, it's another income stream. So I see two groups of people that can benefit. One is if you're buying books by the pallet, if you do some sort of auction buyout, liquidation, if you've got a ton of books that you've already picked up, they're going to help you monetize. And whether it's a box or a pallet, they can help you turn that into money. And it's not a ton, but for us, it's free money. Literally, we were going to leave these here, and instead we can walk away with $120, which helps pay for Matthew's energy drink habit and my coffee habit. So again, free money to us. We're helping out the community. We're making sure these books actually find a home. And Bill and his team there in Illinois are going to take good care of us. We're going to make a few bucks. They're going to make sure the books get redistributed. And we're going to be rolling this out to you. So if you're looking for another income stream, or maybe you go, hey, I don't want to figure out Amazon. There are a lot of books that are selling. You can make $5-6 on Amazon after fees. They might offer $2 or $3. So it's not as much as you'd make on Amazon. But if you don't want to deal with it and you want guaranteed cash right now, that's the service they offer. Definitely. So check them out. It's called Sell Back Your Book. They got a website over at sellbackyourbook.com. But we're going to be integrating their data. So when you're scanning with Scout IQ in the future, you'll see a little field that shows their price that they're willing to pay. And again, this can help you monetize duds that you're maybe not monetizing today, as well as help you with some more, maybe more expensive books that you don't want to figure out on Amazon. So look for it coming soon. We're super excited to be partnering with them. Bill, your team, thanks. Much love.
Thank you very much. All right, guys, it is day 4 now? Is it 4?
It's the last day.
It's day 4.
Whatever that day is.
Day 4, we're just opening up shop at the beginning of the day. It is all dark in here. We've got our coffee, energy drinks right here to keep us going. Finishing out listing for the rest of the day.
Yeah, baby. Let's get the lights on.
Got some listing. We've got a pallet being picked up for Sell Back Your Books. We've got all of those books right there to keep listing, all of these right here. And after that, we're gonna hit the road, drive back to Denver through the middle of the night. And yeah, so I'll throw up a little time lapse and tell you how long it took us to list the rest of these books. Right now, yesterday, we got through 12 boxes.
Yep.
Yeah, 12 boxes being sent out to Amazon. We've probably got about 8 more left to do today. So I'll update you guys soon.
I'm washing my hands, don't worry.
All right, it is the end of day 4.
4.
We just finished listing. As you guys saw, we had
empty.
all that stuff over there. It's all gone. Those are empty boxes now. Then we've got our Amazon shipment over here. We already had the pallet picked up.
Yeah,
we had to do that so fast I didn't get a shot of it, but here's all the Amazon boxes for this shipment. A lot of work. We actually got, how long did it take us today to list all this?
It is, what, 3, 4?
3, 4?
We got a late start.
Time now.
Probably about 5 hours to list. We listed a lot of boxes.
Yeah.
15 boxes today times 25 books.
And then we built the pallet back over there, stuck it in the back of the UPS truck for Sell Back Your Books.
Yep.
And yeah.
Pro tip. I like saying pro tip. We were gonna build the pallet. It was raining outside. Fortunately, we didn't. We heard the truck coming. It showed up a little earlier than expected, and they did not have a lift gate, even though we requested it. Tisk tisk. UPS. So we actually built the pallet in the back of the semi truck. Quickly loaded about 20 boxes onto it. Sent them off to Sell Back Your Book. Matthew and I wrapped it up with saran wrap, basically pallet wrap. Threw some stickers on it. Signed the BOL. Bill of lading, and off it went. The guy
you can get pallet wrap at Walmart, by the way, too.
I did not know that, so that was cool. The driver was super nice. Shout out. I didn't get his name, but you know who you are. Awesome dude, very friendly. A lot of times they're kind of crotchety and cranky. This guy was awesome. So we got that shipment out. We already dropped off a bunch of boxes at FedEx and a bunch of other ones from Amazon at UPS. Got to make one more run. We are out. Time to get steak.
And this is all going in the back of Caleb's minivan, if you can believe that.
Swagger wagon.
So I'm gonna do one more shot when we pack this all in there and see how tight it's gonna be for the ride home.
Yeah. All right,
might be stuck up next to him the whole ride.
Time to go load them up.
And this is 20 Amazon boxes inside the back of a minivan. Still don't think I'm gonna buy a minivan, but it's interesting that they can fit 20 boxes and we could actually fit 1, 2, 3, 4. We could fit quite a bit more. We might load down the shocks in the minivan, but we could fit more in there.
Oh yeah, plenty of room.
Next time.
I kind of know what's in here.
We found these little boxes. Probably can't hear right now. Let me show you this. We found these little boxes. We're not quite sure what they are, but there's something in them. Except if you can see there, they're actually nailed shut. But for some reason, there's something in there. I think they might just be bookends that are weighed down. But
It's drugs, guys.
Oh, it's just a piece of wood? Seriously?
Yeah, it's just weighted down.
Oh, like it was probably glued at one point? Oh, it was glued.
That was a letdown.
Oh, there's something writing inside there.
I'm not gonna lie. Newspaper.
Newspaper on the inside. They're like handmade or something? Oh, it's weird.
That's pretty well cut.
That is pretty well cut.
Yeah, anyway.
Well,
probably should put it back.
turns out there's nothing there. Should probably put these back before I get in trouble.
Oh, you can't even tell. Look. All right, as promised, we're going to dive into the numbers. But before we do that, again, a real quick shout out to all of you who came out in Springfield and helped us out. That was tremendously helpful. Moving that many books around, trying to handle that, all those logistics involved, moving 50-pound boxes of books over and over and over and over again wears on you. Matthew and I were very down. Of course, we drove all the way through the night and we were just exhausted. But we also realized the enormity of the task. And so having a bunch of helpers locally was awesome. So for those of you that came out, we really appreciate you. We can't thank you enough. Thank you one more time. That's it. All right. When you come to a giant collection of books like that, you've got to optimize for one thing. In business, you can optimize for really one thing at a time. You can try and balance things, but you're really going to be optimizing for one thing. A great book as well, Read the One Thing by Gary Keller. But you're going to really be optimizing for one thing. You can make as much money as you want in business. You can optimize for money. But to do that, you're going to give up family time. You're going to give up your relationships, potentially. Those will suffer if you're only focusing in on that one thing. So why do I say that here? The one thing we had to work on was efficiency. We had to get through that material. So I guarantee we left money behind. If somebody's in Springfield, wants to connect up and maybe have a chance to help Nathan further with his project, especially if you're a book collector, drop us a line, reach out, thebookflipper@gmail.com, and we can try and connect you. Maybe there's an opportunity there. So we know we left money on the table. We pretty much optimized to say, hey, we have 4 days, 3.5 days, 4 days to get through as much material as we can. We wanted to get through that entire warehouse. So we could have gone through every individual book, looked it up on A-Books, typed in ISBNs, used OCR, skipped stuff with barcodes, but we didn't have that time. We could have optimized to suck every last penny of profit out of that place, but instead we optimized for time. So what does that mean? That means a lot of the boxes we opened up, quickly looked through, pulled anything with a barcode, set it aside, put it on a cart, went over and scanned it, and that's exactly what we were optimizing for. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's great. But you're pretty much giving up other pieces when you do that. So we lost out on a few dollars of profit, but we tried to make sure we didn't, try and scrape 10 cents of profit out of a book when we could have opened more boxes and pulled dollars out. So that's step one, is make sure you get through, make sure you fill that window of time. We could have definitely spent another 2 or 3 weeks, but we would have definitely had diminishing marginal returns as it relates to pulling that profit out. So here's what we did. I'll show you our exact expenses. I'll show you what we expect to make over the long run, so you have a feel of what is involved in this book flipping game. If this looks like a crazy fun adventure, there are bookstores going out of business all the time. There are situations like this where hoarders or collectors or just individual collections can just expand exponentially. I guarantee there's lots more of these, not only in Missouri or Springfield, but also in different parts of the country. So keep your ears open. Again, this is why you should be telling people that you're a book guy or gal, right? You're a book person. If you just keep to yourself and don't tell anybody what you do, these opportunities don't show up. So let people know that you're a book person. Some of these deals will fall into your lap, and it's really cool. A lot of times, if we had offered to take everything off their hands, if there wasn't a lot of collectible material, we might have been able to pick this up for free, just required the labor and whatever recycling expenses we incurred, since the market is really low. In this case, we came in and just structured the deal so that we just took a percentage. And I think I mentioned that at the beginning. We did a 70-30 split. We covered all of our own travel expenses. We didn't bill back for any of that. And we're going to take 70% of the net Amazon payout. And I'll show you how to calculate that here. So let's jump right in. Let's show you the numbers. Again, this took us 4 days. Matthew and I drove out. So we drove out through the night on a Monday night, I guess. Showed up Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We finished early afternoon Friday, mid-afternoon Friday, and then had a nice team dinner. We actually met up with some of the other Scout IQ development team and had a wonderful meal in Springfield. I believe it's called Flame Steakhouse. If any of you are in the Springfield area, top-notch, very, very good, wonderful food. Check that out. All right, so here's what we did. Again, we pulled out just over 800 books, and our hit rate was really good. I should have taken a screenshot of Scout IQ. Our hit rate was between 12 and 13%. So we did. We didn't scan that many books with barcodes. Out of 100,000, we set a lot of books aside that we just knew were junk. They didn't have barcodes. They needed to be researched more. And so there were not that many books that had barcodes, unfortunately. If you get a newer collection, you're going to end up with 60, 70, 80% of the books have barcodes, and your results may be way better than what we had. This was a decent haul, but this was by no means an amazing book haul. But it was really cool to be able to help Nathan and his family. Back of the napkin math, we did 806 books. If we got a 12% hit rate, that's about 6,700 books that we scanned, give or take. So we probably scanned about 7,000 books. We kept 806. Total list price was $16,283.54. We did price up front when we list. I do think that's important. We can debate that topic later. But we priced up front, so these are realistic prices based on what we pulled. Average list price was just over $20, $20.20. Perfect vision right there. The average rank wasn't that bad. I like to see average rank maybe closer to 700,000 or 800,000. I do like some long tail material, but right around 1 million is not terrible. And again, for those of you, I think we've refuted this enough over on our website, but books that are ranked over 1 million definitely sell. eScore is a much better indicator of how often a book will sell. So we definitely used that and pulled a lot more value than if we had ignored books over 1 million. So I'm not real concerned. That's a decently healthy number. Again, for faster turn stuff, I might like to see that a little bit higher. So 800 books, $20 average list price, just over 1 million average rank, and that's what we're looking at. So how does this shake out over time? One other expense here, inbound shipping. So what we spent to ship those to Amazon was $291. So let's dig into our expenses, and then I'll show you what we expect to make, and maybe we'll do a follow-up video in about 6 months and show if we were right. So here's the expenses. We kept things relatively cheap. I'll explain why in a second. One, we didn't fly out there. It was about a 10 to 11 hour drive. We only spent $133 in gas. We've got a lovely minivan, gets mid 20s miles per gallon. Plus we were driving in the middle of the night with no traffic, so that helped. So $130 in gas. Housing was free. We stayed with a friend in Springfield. Thank you very much. That was awesome. Food, this includes food for our helpers as well. We only spent $191. This does not include a meal that Nathan bought for us. That was very generous of you. He bought a nice meal at Lambert's Cafe, home of the throwed rolls. Very delicious, very touristy. And it doesn't include that Flame Steakhouse meal since that was a Scout IQ meeting. So $191 in food. We probably could have skimped a little more there, but that's pretty reasonable for 4 days. Supplies, $77. $20 of that was for really nice gloves that we got because everything was dusty and covered with dead spiders and all kinds of gross stuff. Masks, boxes, and we brought all of our own tape from home, so I guess I could charge that back in, but still wouldn't add that much more to it. Total costs here, $401. Again, we do have the inbound shipping, but I'll show where that shows up in just a second. So roughly $400. If you did have to get housing, you could definitely do an Airbnb and keep that probably around $50 a night for something halfway decent, or $100 a night at a decent hotel. Total list price from our tracking spreadsheet was $16,283. One more comment here. When we do the commission split, we'll actually throw into the commission dashboard and say 30% payout to Nathan, 70% to us. That'll show us exactly which books have sold, how much we need to pay, and of course over time we'll see what the sales are every month, average selling price, how many units we listed versus sold, inventory over time, turn rate, all the good data, and we're of course in the hole from a cash flow standpoint, but that'll be remedied once sales start to happen. So a little over 16 grand list price. Here's the rough back of the napkin math for expected payout. So we see all these numbers, and I tell you guys all the time, list price doesn't matter, money in the bank does. Just because you list the book for $500 doesn't mean it's going to sell, and then even if it sold for $500, Amazon's getting their cut. So you have to factor all that in. The way it works roughly, I'll show you this. You're going to sell about 80% of your book. So 0.8 might be a little higher, might be a little lower, but roughly you're going to sell 80% of your material. 80% times 0.6, 60% comes back as profit from Amazon. The reason on a $20 book, roughly you're going to get $12-ish. So you're going to get 60% of the total sales price back as cash. Might be a little more on some books, might be a little less, depends on what they weigh. So rough math, 0.8 times 0.6 is 0.48, or roughly half. We might sell a little more. So you can essentially take the $16,000, chop it in half, and that's, if you list it up front and priced up front, that's roughly what you're going to get in the form of cash back in your account. So $8,100 will come back in the form of cash. Inbound shipping, remember we spent $291. So rough payouts from Amazon will be $78.51. 30% of that, $23.55, goes back to Nathan and his family. Again, this is just rough numbers, and this will probably happen in about 6 months. I would expect to turn that in. The cool thing with Amazon, it's a nice funnel. We did all the work up front, a week's, 4 days worth of work. We did all that work, we listed them, they're all sent in. We'll never have to touch it again other than a little bit of repricing. Amazon's going to handle all the customer support because we do Fulfilled by Amazon. Those books will continue to sell while we're here getting snow down in Denver, while I'm off golfing with the buddies in Phoenix. Whatever we're doing, those books will eventually sell, and roughly 6 months from now, half of that will turn back into cash, minus shipping equals $78.51. Nathan and his family get about $2,300. Matthew and I will get about $5,500. So not bad. 4 days of work, and then we'll map that out. So our projected revenue, $54.96. We actually, if you guys followed the video, Bill told us from Sell Back Your Book, we've got that integration now with Scout IQ where you can scan, see the value on Amazon, and see what Sell Back Your Book is willing to pay. Really cool way to monetize. In our case, I believe he said 486 books. So roughly 500 books that we weren't going to sell. They didn't meet our profit criteria, or we would have lost money if we sold them online. We were able to load those up on a pallet. Didn't really take any extra time. We threw them in some of the spare boxes, probably with dead spiders. Sorry, Sell Back Your Book. You got some of our dust and spiders. I'm guessing, we'll update this once we actually have it, I'm guessing we'll get about 120 bucks for that 500 books. So not life-changing, but free money, stuff that we weren't going to make anyway. So our revenue, about $5,500, 120 from wholesale, Sell Back Your Book. We spent $401 for gas, food, and supplies. So our projected profit for 4 days of work is $5,200. Again, I'm just going to have some fun with the math. If we divide that by 4, that comes out to $1,300 a day. If we times that by 5 to get to a week's worth of work, assuming you could do this every day, $6,500 in a week. Let's just have some real fun. 28 grand a month. That'd be pretty nice. 326 grand a year. So if you could find consignment deals like this every single day, which would be difficult, but I guarantee they're out there if you're willing to put the effort in and travel. That's, again, a little bit inflated, but theoretically you could be netting over 300 grand a year. Not bad for flipping used books on Amazon. And again, this doesn't include any of the collectible stuff that we touched. Nathan's family pulled out, at least list price on Abe, they won't necessarily sell for that, but over 100 grand in just 10 or 12 boxes of books. There were some really collectible books in there, some worth several grand, a lot worth 500 to 1,000. And again, I'm not a collectible guy, so I don't know 100% if those are accurate numbers, but they're worth something. But again, that's what's out there. So again, tips, if you have limited time, make sure you get through everything. You will leave some money on the table, but you don't want to stoop down to pick up a nickel if you can keep walking and pick up a dollar bill later. So make sure that you kind of plan that out accordingly. Schedule as much help as you can. Be prepared to work hard. Make sure you got a database app, maybe some way to sell back books to a wholesaler like Sell Back Your Book. Be prepared to have a lot of fun. Try some new restaurants. Don't get a lot of sleep. And check out the consignment. If you guys have never done consignment, it sounds intimidating. The tracking spreadsheet, again, shameless plug, but I've got a tracking spreadsheet that helps you manage all of that, shows you what sold, how much it sold for, what you owe, and really lets you understand your numbers. It's all kind of included in this. So it lets you understand exactly what's going on in the business, and that opens the door. So really, zero buy cost out of our pocket, $400 in costs, plus let's call it $300 in inbound shipping. So $700 out of our pockets for 4 days of work, 4 days of our time, which is a precious resource, and that'll probably generate close to a little over $5,000 when the dust settles. So not a bad 4 days. Hope you enjoy watching the adventure. If you guys take your own adventures, drop us a line. We'd love to hear about it.
document it as well. Get into the YouTube world, Instagram. Tell the world your story. There's some pretty cool stories out there, and that's why we love selling books, getting out and meeting some of you. I'm going to sign off. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate it and hope you enjoy.